Hello, baby doll. Jack Levin, the founder of Zen and now HEX Vampire Rival, has made some comments here, and I want you to read through them with me, and you're going to understand why most people are investing wrong. And you will hopefully see what I see. So my job is to give you the message that most people are looking for the wrong types of attributes for a project to invest. Whether it comes for stocks, crypto, everything. Our focus is on crypto because it has the highest gains. We don't want to deal with these boomer 2x stuff. So we're going to go through this and you're going to be very surprised. So the backstory, PulseChain, taking long. People want answers. They're like, give me the roadmap, tell me everything. I want to have expectations, please, please. This is bad. B-A-D, bad. You don't want that. If you cater to people's needs like that, you are making the wrong move. You are fostering a culture of expectations around short, medium, and long-term roadmap. That is not the optimal way to get a price pump. I will explain. The reason is because when you have short, medium, and long-term roadmap, yes, a lot of coins have that. However, you attract people who are investing based off goals. You know, is the probability increasing that short-term goal is going to be met or decreasing? Once people start trading around like that, you get more vultures, day traders, and you get less believers. Who do you think is going to hold up the price more? The long-term believers. You want to attract as many strong hands as possible. And the strongest of strong hands are people who don't have expectations. Okay? They are the strongest hands. They are people who just get in and who say, fuck it. I don't know what's happening. I'm in here for 10 years. Those are the people you want. You don't even have to believe me. We're going to go through some examples after this. So, Jackie Boy's message. Hey, Hexican friends. This whole drama and fights about whether PulseChain is coming out or not and whether Richard Hart is lying isn't helping anyone. You, as community, must demand transparency. It isn't about timelines. It's about communication on what is happening with HEX-related projects. I give this a big, fat cross wrong. Wrong. This is the wrong approach, friends. So you read this and you think, oh, this sounds rational and reasonable, doesn't it? We are the people and we deserve answers. No, you don't. You don't deserve answers. No expectations. Because how do you think we're going to win? Do you think we're going to win by people being given a short, medium, and long-term plan and transparency and that trash? Or do you think we're going to win by people buying in blind faith who just believe in the core vision of the leaders' principles, which is delayed gratification and that stuff, and they just hold no matter what, and you let the marginal degen guys come in later? Obviously, path 2 is how you get the pumps. I'm going to give you examples, man. This happened with Bitcoin, happened with Doge. You're going to see, man. You're going to see. That's actually what gets the price moving the best. Not this short, medium, long-term movement. This is wrong. This is suboptimal. I know it's hard, man. I know it's hard. Because you're thinking, I know, I'm not blaming you for thinking of this. You are thinking it's perfectly rational to have a short, medium, and long-term roadmap and transparency. Of course we want to see that. See, what people think they want and what they actually want are two different things. And actually, Richard Hart and Charles Hoskinson, yeah, and Elon Musk and Vitalik, right? They all understand it, dude. They all understand what people think they want and what they actually want. Two different things. Satoshi Nakamoto also understood this, all right? Jack is not understanding. He's not getting it. So we, the people, we think we want transparency, but we don't actually want that. How do you think the world would go if US presidents started being fully transparent about everything? Do you think they would become more popular or less popular? Like, hey man, I had to launch a bomb on a village. We killed 3 bad dudes, but like 18 innocent people. Once you start hearing all that, or what if presidents initially started saying, I'm actually feeling pretty nervous, not that confident today. Here's what's going on. We're still deciding. This is our short-term, medium-term plan, what we're thinking about. That's what you think you want. You don't want that. You know what you want? You want a strong, fearless leader who doesn't cave in to weak expectations, who has a goal and a vision, and who just says, we're doing this, I'm only going to say this once, and we're going for it. That's what you actually want. That's what people respond to. Yeah? And if you're in crypto, I'm not even like making this up. There's thousands of examples of this, and then there's thousands of examples of it not working. So his second post, right? Most crypto projects have founders continuously engaging with their tribe. Even if there is nothing to say at the moment, they must lay out the plans for the future. Short, term, medium, long. You as members now have the time to speak up, vote. So he was trying to diss Richard Hart, and this got the most votes, funny enough. So, look, let's get a price chart, friends. So I've actually made a response here, right? So you can quickly see, demanding a roadmap, having expectations. When people start to ask for short, medium, long-term roadmap, they want to speculate on news and start degen trading around the goals and expectations. This attracts the wrong type of investor. Richard Hart is doing it 100% fine. So, look, man, whether you like Richard Hart or not, and you don't care about HEX, I don't care, all right? I see undiscovered edge in crypto here because the main YouTube influencers, they're not talking about this. They're talking about, Grayscale, Genesis, wow. You're not going to get edge from these places, man. You're getting edge from me. I'm here 18 hours a day. I'm not making money off trading referral links and pump and dump schemes and all this stuff. I make money from investing myself and winning. So, listen, man, I've traded on 1 minute candles for like over 10, 11 years, all right? So I know every single piece of move, every single move that moves markets, all right? Here you have HEX price. So I want you to think about this. We are going to, let's actually use the US. Use the US chart. All right, so this is how you have to see it, all right? So most people, when they see a chart, they just see this. They go, we went up and then we went down. Okay, fair enough. If you're a coin founder and you have a vision in mind, you can't even think about this. This is in the past. All you think about is the future. That's why we call them visionaries. They're entrepreneurs, right? Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, all these dudes. Bill Gates, they're visionaries. Richard Hart. So, let's go. What they're thinking about is, at some point, 2024, maybe 2025, what they're thinking about is, how high can we grow? How high can we grow? How high can the price be? Because the price is the number one leader of sentiment. Price moves first, and then the sentiment follows. Price goes up, everything's good. Price goes down, people feel bad. So, Richard Hart, for example, is thinking, all right, if we're gonna get to box 1, what type of people are gonna be there with us, right? And you want to think, how do we get to box 1 the fastest, and how do we get there the most aggressive? And obviously the answer is, I'm going to tell it to you right now. You have a minimal amount of people with roadmap expectations. Minimal. 0. You get there to box number 1 if you have just full-on believers, die-hard fans, people who believe in HEX, the religion, the cult, Richard Hart principles, delay gratification, all that busy buzzy jizz jazz. That is how you get there. It's happened with other coins too. We're going to go through them after. That's how you get there. Once you start rewarding the short-term scum, they are pressure on us. Okay? They are dump pressure. Because they constantly rinse out buys. They get in. So what happens is, right now, we are in the shadows. Okay? So this is actually it. This is where you have maximum reward. You have maximum risk. No roadmap. No expectations. You don't even know if PulseChain's being worked on. You don't know if it's a scam, if he's going to rug pull. You don't know if it's even going to launch this decade. And that's why the price is so low, man. So if it does, you're going to get a big, fat giant up to my target, you're gonna get your nice 67x. That's my target, right? I know people get offended, they want higher. You get the point. If you want to wait until, you know, there's a roadmap and like things are better, I'm gonna do this number, right? So let's say we go, wee-hee-hee, we start doing here. Let's do this number, man. If you have to now buy, 10 cents is very cheap, right? 10 cents to the target, you get an 11x. Compare like 67x to 11x. Huge difference. And by the way, not many people are going to buy here anyway, all right? Not many people are going to buy here. So if you don't weed out those weak hands, this is what ends up happening. This is what happens in the future. If you create a roadmap of expectations for the weak hands, guess who ends up scooping these prices, friends? The scum. The weak hand short-term scum. They end up scooping these prices. And when do they dump? Up here. So actually, right, so if you have bad scenario, right? Bad scenario. If you push forward a culture of expectations roadmap, this is what ends up happening, right? In the yellow. So weak hands buy here. Weak short-termers buy here. Right? And then the strong hands buy here. That's what ends up happening. Unfortunately. That's what ends up happening. Now, I want to ask you something. Would you rather strong hands buy... Actually, look at the weak hands, right? Would you rather the weak hands buy the lows, or do you want them to get punished and buy the tops? I know what the answer is. Optimal, right? So optimal. Let's change this. Good scenario, right? Good scenario. Leave everyone in the dark. Delay PulseChain. Don't cater to expectations. Let people cry. Let the weak hands wash out. Don't satisfy anyone's demands for announcements. Alright, so when you do all that, right, you optimize the makeup of everyone's entry price and everyone watching the coin. So if you take the good scenario, what ends up happening is, you know who buys down here? The strong hands, the believers, us. We're like, you know what? There's no roadmap. The guy's twerking on Twitter. He got named by Bankless number 5 scammer of the year. No one gives him like proper attention on YouTube influencing, even though he like tried to save everyone from all this like, you know, centralized trash. People still call it a Ponzi and a scam. They don't understand it. People don't even know if PulseChain's coming. SEC FUD, all this stuff. But who will buy here, man? We'll buy here. I'm not selling at 10 cents. No way. I'll sell it for you at $1 when all the noobs come in and they start dreaming at $100. So, going back to Jack's tweet, does this now make sense? Why? Right? This guy's saying, oh, have expectations, do demand roadmap and transparency. No. Because the only person that can impact price is someone who hasn't bought yet. Right? And if you're introducing people into the ecosystem who are weak, you're just introducing a future dumper. You don't... Strong hand, you want someone who's thinking about dumping in 24 months. Right? You want someone who's thinking about dumping, you know, box 1, box 2. Optimally, box 2. You want someone who's dumping up here, right? If you start doing this expectation stuff, you put these weak hand trash here, these people are literally going to be thinking about dumping up here, you know, box 0. This is not optimal. Richard Hart understands this. That's why he does it the way he does. So that's why if you're a maximum price pump, yeah, we're all going to sit in the dark. We're all going to sit in the dark and we're going to pray and we're going to think, damn it, maybe it is a rug pull, maybe it's all over. But you know what? Because it's like that, you got maximum upside. Because the noobs are going to come and start hitting market and buying after there's more confirmations of releases and all that stuff, right? Well, good. Yeah, they can buy 17 cents. They don't deserve this 2.5 cents. They don't deserve 3 or 4, 5 cents. You know, we're still under that, right? So you can keep buying up to 5 cents. It's still early, right? So this is shedding light on that. And you know, I want perfect example, man. Absolute perfect example of what just happened. This is one of my cracker posts. Thank you to the big bummy bum for sending me this. This is pain. So do you remember, right? There was a guy right before the Richard Hart announcement. Like, that's why I thought, I was like conspiratorial about it. I was like, oh my God, was that Richard sending himself, right? Wallet 9A79. He dumped 12.1 million hex out. He just quit. He said, you know what? Somi, you're not my friend. I'm going to go drink soy and I'm going to enjoy it. All right. So he went and drank soy. He dumped 12.1 million hex. Literally 60 minutes later, Richard Hart coincidentally makes an announcement on PulseChain. So he just says, hey, I do have a PulseChain teaser for private V3 testnet, right? And so I didn't think anything of this wallet. Right? And then I found out he actually FOMO bought back in. This weak soy drinker bought back in, but now he's only got 9.5 million hex. So he's literally in one day just lost 22% of his bag. Bang. Because he just gave up. And you know what? That's good. That guy gave up. He now has to buy back. But look at this, friends. Look at this perfect example. It's beautiful how the universe works. Now, wallet 9A79 only has 9.5 million hex to dump. If Richard Hart was doing these announcements of, we're going to have short-term expectations, darling. We're going to have medium-term, darling. There's going to be a date for the release of the chain. If he was talking like that, this weak hand would still have 12 million hex. Right? So you can see the weak hands, their bags got smaller and the strong hands accumulated more. So on average, this is what's going to happen at like box number 2. We're going to have a higher composition of strong hands versus weak hands, right, in box 2. As opposed to maybe if we just kept rewarding all the losers, maybe we only ever make it a box 1. So what he's doing is it's all synergy, man. You can't look at one thing and go, oh, this is the reason why it's going to pump. It's just, he's like Elon Musk, man. He's like Elon Musk, you know. Elon Musk, I know it's just a Dogecoin chart, but Elon Musk with Twitter and Tesla, you know, on average over 10 years span, he's making decisions that are just superhuman. They're better than the average pleb like me and you. I got a peanut brain. Maybe you have a peanut brain. This guy's making decisions on average to just crush us, right? And this is, we just have to like accept reality that we're not on their level and we'll just never be, you know? Same thing with Satoshi. No expectations, man. Hey, I'm just going to launch this out into the wild and let's see what happens. Look what happens. Imagine Satoshi was like, hey, in 3 months, I'm going to release super smart DEX code. And then 9 months, we're going to have a roadmap for Bitcoin. And then I'm going to do update to Bitcoin Core and we're going to release a DEX. Imagine that was the start of Bitcoin. This trash, roadmap, short-term mindset thinking, Wall Street bastardization. Crypto is meant for wild, wild west crypto punters. That's what gives you the most pumps, man. That's what it is. That's how we get there. No expectations. You want strong hands? You become a religion with no expectations. None. Okay? Now, roadmap of Ethereum does have expectations. Maybe it's going to have a cursed third cycle prophecy. Maybe. We'll see. But you get the point, right? So, I hope you learned something from all this messaging, friends.